Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth Winter Data AI Meetup. Thanks for joining us today. Our next session is led by Shreta Singhal. She will talk about how unstructured AI helps organizations manage and use unstructured data. And you will learn how AI improves data discovery, governance, and decision making, and how platforms like Collibra and Snowflake support this process. If you enjoy this event, please like and subscribe to support our community. Your feedback helps us improve future meetups. And if you have any questions, please write them in the chat and we will discuss them after the talk. And now let's welcome our speaker. Shreta, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks a lot for setting the context. All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are joining us today. We are really grateful that we have such a global audience joining today's Winter Data Meetup 2026. All right. So I think Lisa already told why we are here. Let me set some more context with a scenario here. Imagine a global pharmaceutical company undergoing an FDA audit, the Food and Drug Association audit, and our data teams, as always, are pretty confident with their clinical trial databases. But the audit team has a simple question. Show me all the documents where the adverse events were discussed related to a drug XYZ in last 5 years. And suddenly the panic sets in. There are lots of emails between the scientists, the meeting conversations, recordings, transcripts between investigators, lots of clinical study reports in forms of words and PDFs. So lot of data does exist, but no one knows where exactly, what's the latest version. Do we have the safety measures in place? Are we safe to use it, to share it? And that is where the unstructured AI changes the game for governance and analytics. All right, so before we start, let me share a little about myself. Okay, I'm Shreta Singhal, currently working in EPAM, and today I'm here to share my experience gained in last 14 years approx while working in different domains and technologies. I feel I've really seen the shift from the focus on the dependency on mainframes, data centers towards the digital transformations, everything moving on to the cloud, then the orchestration coming into the picture, Kubernetes, Python taking the pioneer, and now AI all around. All right, coming back on myself. So, apart from work, I like to do yoga, play Sudoku and table tennis, and also I love to try new adventure sports whenever the time allows. Okay, so let's have a look at the agenda. So today we'll touch base what unstructured data is all about and what are its related challenges which make it difficult to handle, and how the knowledge products are solving this problem. Also, for today, I have chosen two tools, Collibra and Snowflake, to share what they are offering, how I feel they can help us. And also, we'll touch base what's all rest in the market and what's the pace there. We'll share the reference link for future reference or in case you want to dig deeper. So that's all there. And in the end, I would love to take your questions. All right, so let's get started. So, what is unstructured data? Basically, we all know something that lacks the predefined format or schema, right? But if we see every data has some structure, right? It is just that some are little difficult to deal, some are easy to deal with, and unstructured data is a difficult one. In today's world, enterprises are generating vast amount of unstructured content in form of the social media and the news feeds, the videos, live streamings, emails to and fro, the online books, plethora of documents in form of policies, contracts, and much more, the meeting recordings, transcripts, and other conversations. Yeah. So this is huge. This is almost more than 80% of the complete organizational data. Yet, most of it remains locked away, fragmented, and invisible to our AI systems. And the blind spot prevents our teams from realizing the true potential of AI, from feeding our AI systems with the data that belongs to us. Instead, we many times look outside for some cleaner and trustworthy data, which should not be the case when we own so much. Also, if we try to look the other side of it from responsible AI usage, so just imagine a scenario like a TikTok video created, uh, just trying out some hack with one of the pharma drug. So a pharma company would have created the drug with a specific line of treatment, with certain do's and don'ts, certain side effects it would have. Yeah, but a video created mere just for some views without any proper research done, it can really spark a debate in the market, raising questions on the authenticity of the drug, on the intentions of the pharma company behind the drug contents, and many others, right? And that is why the challenges exists with the unstructured data, and it remains unexplored to a great extent. So, if we dig deeper into the challenges, we see that the absence of metadata is the major one which needs attention, as it hinders the uh, classification, the efficient classification, and the contextual understanding, which is very important in today's world where AI use cases exist in almost every space. Just imagine any random document uploaded with the name like final underscore approved underscore v3. Now, do we know, is it a draft version, is it approved, is it um, what it contains, does it contain protected health information, some personally identified information? So we don't know anything, right, about it. And that which adds up to the difficulty in gaining understanding the context of the from the documents, from the unstructured contents. Similarly, since the it lacks the fixed format, so the data retrieval, searching, indexing of the documents, these become more slow and challenging. And then adding on top of it, the versioning and the lineage becomes a difficult task, as it's not easy to track the changes, to see the origins in the unstructured content. Adding to all these challenges, basically, this all makes it difficult to bring the structured data and unstructured data under one roof, right? Also, the hidden biases and subjectivity, we know that they can distort the analysis and the decisions if they remain unchecked. uh, for example, a medical reviewer summarizes some adverse events on a drug, right? They summarize differently across different now. The AI systems or models using the training data can inherit these inconsistencies, right? And that is why it is very important, but at the same time it's very difficult to ensure to the compliance, to monitor and audit such a diverse and unpredictable content, right? The security controls, the privacy controls, sensitive data inventory, all these needs to be in the place. And that is why, in fact, we have a very common saying in the regulated industries especially, that you don't just ask, can I use this data? Instead, you ask, can this data put me at some regulatory risk? So that is the major question here. And the key takeaway from all these challenges is that unstructured data is unmanaged not because people don't care, it's unmanaged because it's invisible. And to make it visible, to uh, mitigate these risks and challenges, we need to convert this unstructured content into the knowledgeable data assets. So, the structured data we know since ages. We have reached to a very matured state, converting these structured data into the data products, right? So they have the domain specific knowledge, they are use case oriented, they are quantifiable entities, if I say that. Now, the unstructured data, it is still an ongoing process to convert the unstructured data and extract the knowledge out of it. So the correctly called as the knowledge products. This is the term I first heard in one of the Collibra demo, and I completely echo with it because it really helps us to answer some critical questions. Like on the right side, we can see from sensitivity perspective, can I use this data? So is it classified, is it sensitive, it's confidential, public, or does it has the PHI, PII information tagged or not? From those perspective, also from quality perspective, should I use this data? So does did we evaluate the quality of this data in terms of different DQ dimensions, like the consistency, completeness, its timeliness, whether it's up to date or not? And from relevance perspective, where is the data located? The storage systems, its access paths, the volume of the data, how much do we have it, and what is happening to it over time, how frequently it's updating, what are its sources, so the versioning, its lineage, its origins, all those things basically can help us to answer many critical questions on the decisions being made to use that data or not. So that's where the metadata enrichment can help us. And once the data is enriched, the metadata, I should say, is enriched, the teams can perform their tasks with enhanced speed and quality. And same goes with our AI models. So the automated semantic layers, the in fact simply just an extra metadata column besides our contracts or documents uploaded on the SharePoint can help to bring efficiency in our day-to-day tasks, or in the AI models feeds that we give. So basically, let's see how we do that. Now, coming on to the Colibra offering, what they are offering to show that we picked two use cases. First is the unstructured AI. So, this is a new module in Colibra. The basically as after the its acquisition of DZ Labs, Colibra recently acquired, and DZ Lab was mainly into the converting unstructured content into some like the AI ready data, making the data AI ready. It was purely into governance. And now with this acquisition, we really feel Colibra is trying to own the unstructured world. The best part of this unstructured AI feature is that it is especially designed for industries which are in the working in the regulated industries. Like healthcare, like financial services, which are also working on the use cases related to Gen AI, RAG, and agentic workflows. So, enabling such enterprises to utilize that 80% of the data which was unused, which was hidden, locked away in some systems. And here we can see the challenges that we discussed in the previous slide. We can actually see them becoming the strength of this new module. With the enterprise AI search enablement, by ensuring that data quality is up to the mark when you have generated the knowledge out of the data, when you have converted the unstructured content into some knowledge products, actually we can see that the governance is no more a blocker now. It starts becoming an enabler in terms of ensuring that the DQ checks are there, ensuring that compliance risks are in place, right? We can integrate it, the acquired knowledge into the Collibra platform and leverage its existing features. It's whether it's in terms of scalable governance, whether it's in terms of validations, the approvals, or the stewardship. So we can always leverage all that. Plus, with the automated semantic layer, we get the content with ease. Plus we can have always human in the loop wherever needed. So wherever we feed that the auto generated or the AI results needs a review, and a human intervention can always be there, and the end result will be the high quality metadata that we get, right? So basically, the Colibra Unstructured AI has come up with an automated workflow where it can connect with the unstructured sources, be it raw files, SharePoint, vector databases, S3, and much more. So the idea is basically it should be able to bring the unstructured content, and then it performs the AI assisted schema generation on top of it to describe the best taxonomies that can organize and structure the content of our files. Now, these taxonomies can also be defined by the users, or they can also be learned from your data using the proprietary ML algorithms. And once these taxonomies are set, once they are defined, they can be used to auto tag your files. Same here, the auto tagging can be there, the domain specific tagging can also be there, defined by the users from domain expertise perspective. And these tagging classification is mainly LLM native. But the idea is after these two, we get the knowledge assets, which can be used as the governable data assets. On top of it, for more focused analysis, we can also create the data slices. So for example, if you want to process only the untagged documents, uh, to avoid the reprocessing of all the documents, enhancing performance, or if you just want to tag the high priority documents that needs immediate attention. So for all that purpose, basically on top of it, we can also create the data slices. And once we have this clean, structured knowledge products in hand, we can then use them, either exporting them back from where we are bringing our unstructured content to add more enriched metadata layer on top of it. For example, the example that I shared in last previous slides regarding SharePoint, having the documents uploaded. So we can have an extra data slice layer with the contract end dates, or some with some sensitivity tags containing the PHI information or something. So like this we can do, we can integrate these into our AI workflows, or we can just put them, have them in the marketplace alongside our data products. So for better discovery, for enabling better search for our different domain teams, or different AI use cases. And throughout this process, basically, the ongoing maintenance and validation can always be there, is always there, I should say. So the unstructured AI automatically updates the taxonomies as and when the new data enters the platform, or we have the business definition changes, or any updates. Basically, it can always be synchronized and can automatically update your taxonomies and metadata tagging. Also, at any time you can have human in the loop. We can have the validation workflows on top of it, which can automatically trigger as and when the data updates or adds up. We can have the ownership defined on the data, so that the content is always consistent and is owned. We have the responsibilities assigned. So all these things basically we can do through it. Now, what I'll be showing are just some forward looking snippets of how it will look like once it's generally available. So a disclaimer here, basically these are just some samples we got from the demo, and from the session that we attended from Collibra. And here just wanted to show how the idea goes. The concept, the motive remains the same. And as of now, it is available for customers to opt if they have the relevant use case. But overall, it will be available as a separate module like data catalog, data quality, like that. And in fact, Colibra recently also released the readiness with AWS infrastructure for the same. All right, so yeah, here we can see once we have connected to the unstructured sources, we can load the components here, on which our automated workflow can run. We can define the task, we can have the automation, the intelligent pipelines running over it. Also, to add the tags, we can have more filtration. So at any time, basically, human in the loop is available and should be able to manage it wherever we need our workflows, or wherever we need to customize a bit, that is available. And the uh, the knowledge products, once created, we can generate more metadata out of it. We can create data slices, and we can export them back to the downstream systems, or from where the unstructured sources it's coming, to add up more metadata enrichment. So just wanted to put them here to give an idea a little bit how it will look like. Um, but I really feel that once it comes on the single platform, once I can have the data products and the knowledge products together, we can manage them together. Whichever standards applies to both, we can do that. So that is something would be really nice to see. Okay, coming on to the next one. So another one is the data X-ray, the Colibra integration with it. So this is a partner offering with Ohalo Data X-ray. It literally means giving an X-ray vision to the unstructured content of the organization. So both are a little different if we try to understand. So data X-ray is basically working more on enhancing the privacy and compliances from unstructured contents, and then leveraging the features of Colibra, the scalable governance or metadata enrichment, its life cycle, all those features basically. So that's the idea, that once the data X-ray scans unstructured data, yeah, this is the more easier look of how the data flows. So first in Ohalo, once we have they have scanned all the unstructured data sources, they can add more classification, the sensitive data inventory, tagging in terms of PII, data security risks. So all those things once happen on the data, and we have more cleaned and structured results, these results are then synced into Colibra through this integration. And once they reach, then overall we can leverage the Colibra features in terms of more scalable governance, in terms of the hierarchical view with all rest of the catalog that we have for the related data or related sources. So it's integration with the structured assets, for example. We can also automatically trigger the workflows. So as and when some new data arrives, there are new updates, the workflows for validations, for authorizations can always be triggered to have the human eye on top of it. and the AI governance, which is like enabling more policy enforcements, or applying managing the access controls. Those things basically can be built on top of it. On that data, we can use that, and then leverage the AI governance on top of it, so that the AI use cases can be fed with more information from the lineage perspective, or from the metadata itself perspective. Yeah, so that was all about what we have in Colibra. This one I kept just to answer some questions which may pop up, that why we have these two, or what is the difference between these two. So although both are little different if we try to see, but yes, both are trying to work on streamlining AI and unstructured data governance. But if we try to understand in the medical analogy, maybe as I'm giving pharma examples, so basically it is so if we think of unstructured AI, think of it as the precision medicine, which understands the context, the meaning of the data, and focuses more on governance and data intelligence. Whereas the data X-ray, think of it as the diagnostic imaging, which is detecting the risks and the sensitivity from the unstructured content. So it is focusing more on privacy and risk management. Yeah. So that way we can see, but one is actually a part of Colibra, it belongs to Colibra, another one is a partner offering. All right, so moving on to the Snowflake, what we have. Okay, so in Snowflake, basically the agents are using Cortex Analyst for structured data and Cortex Search for unstructured data. Now, this Cortex Search is basically extracting the insights from the unstructured sources. So once the unstructured data lands into the Snowflake data cloud, the Cortex Search tries to extract the meaning based context out of it. How? Basically converting the text into the numbers. We call it embeddings. So there are certain embedding models supported in Snowflake, but the idea is that when text converts to numbers or maths, that represents some meaning. So whenever any search, we want to search within the documents, for example, as mentioned here, that we want to look out for liver toxicity in a specific patient population, right? So that liver toxicity, it won't look out for the documents where this is mentioned, right? Like the traditional search engines were based on keyword search, so that is not happening. Instead, it will also understand the hepatic enzyme abnormalities. So it will look around for all the similar meanings. The matching will be based on semantic similarity. If I give more magnified view, more simpler, so basically the unstructured data is being fed into the embedding models. Snowflake supports many, and the vectorization happens. We have the embeddings, we can store them into the vector data type. So vector database, basically something, think of it as the meaning based index to your documents, so that we can then search based on the context, based on the intent, and not just the keyword. um, and we can use it for semantic search, we can use it in rags. So embeddings are converting the documents into intelligence, and rag is using that intelligence to convert them into the answers. Yeah. One more reference maybe, uh, s- we are trying to look for the adverse events on headache. So the embeddings will understand migraine, head pain, neurological discomfort, and not just headache references. Yeah. Okay. So that was all about the Colibra and Snowflake. Um, Now, here, moving on to the last part, we can see the whole ecosystem is moving towards the AI native data governance and intelligence. So there are several platforms we can see which we can use to convert our unstructured data into the knowledge data assets. But I feel that the platform choice depends more on where your data already lives, what are your key use cases, where you want to prioritize your attention, and much more. But across industry, we see a clear trend that AI is moving closer to the governed enterprise data, right? Snowflake, if we talk about, so it has the strong native vector support. It is also inclining towards having more stronger enterprise governed layer. Databricks with Unity Catalog, more strong in ML experimentation plus lakehouse flexibility. Unity Catalog is anyways giving the unified layer in that ecosystem. Yeah. And also the active metadata platforms, Collibra, Atlan, Elation. So all are there, but the common direction here is same, that AI plus metadata plus governance. They all will work together, right? And in regulated industries, especially in healthcare and financial services, this is very clear that alone embeddings are not enough. That is just like a part of it. But more important is the metadata driven, metadata enriched, I should say, more the audit monitored data is what we are looking for, access controls, versioning on top of it. And then only we can say that yes, we are ready for any FDA audit, and we are safe to share the documents where adverse events were discussed for a drug XYZ in last 5 years. Yeah. Now I would like to end this session with one thought. Maybe I would love if you can drop me a comment um, telling me what you think about this thought, and do you agree or maybe you think otherwise. So what I think, the future isn't just AI powered analytics, but it is the governed, metadata driven, responsible AI native enterprises. That's what we are looking for, right? All right, so these are the reference links, whatever we referenced, and we are still ongoing POCs on top of it. Next time, I would love to show something, demoing, and yeah, you can scan, and I think the slides will also be shared in the end. Thank you, everyone. I think we are good to move to the Q&A session. Handing
Yes,
over to you.
thank you, Shreta. Yes, we have some questions. Let's move to it. So the first question is, what type of files are always problematic? PDFs, scans, something worse?
So I think scans, if I take from here the example out of PDFs and scans, I think scans are more problematic. Again, the format in PDFs, maybe it's easier to structure them as compared to scans. But if scans are really well structured, then it is otherwise. So I think nothing specific that this is more worse, but overall you can't predict by just seeing the document from the high level, or just by seeing its name, or even just by from the table of contents. You can't um, guess that what will be more structured or not. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so how does Collibra handle PDF files? Does it have OCR capabilities? Does it use multimodal LLMs or more traditional methods? I worked on PDF parsing using GPT-4o. It was tough, and I wonder what Collibra has to offer.
Yeah. So basically it is using multimodal LLMs, and PDF parsing is something definitely they are trying on. OCR capabilities from Ohalo Data X-ray, yes, I know they have. In unstructured AI, they should have definitely, but not very sure. So yeah, here we can look more and then come back, I would say, as
Okay,
the
and
feature is not completely released. Yeah.
mhm. And we have same question about Snowflake Cortex. How does it handle PDF files?
So it does have the specific embeddings working on it, and I have actually used that the Cortex scanning very well with the embeddings. And also with scanning, you need more human in the loop. You need more review in the beginning to set up the context. But once the things are marked and you have defined what to scan in the structure, then it works well. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and maybe we have some question about it. How efficient is Collibra AI? Should results be tested by a human?
Yes, yes. So I feel it's not just about Colibra AI, it's about every AI. Yes, results should be tested by human, should be verified by human. That is what responsible AI is all about. And so Colibra AI, it's I would say it is very efficient in terms of the scaling your governance, in ensuring compliance and regulatory risks on top of your data. So you know your data well through the Colibra AI feature, whether it's AI governance or the unstructured AI that we are having. But humans should test it, and they have that privilege. So at any time you can put those validations wherever you feel that in your use case you need a validation at certain point, or you need wherever you need human interventions. And yeah, so human in the loop is needed. Yeah.
Yeah, agree. Next question is, what are Calibra AI alternatives? Image recognition is a very old problem. I guess you already just covered this,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
maybe once
almost.
again, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So yes, so there are I won't say that there is any comparison that Colibra AI, if it's not there then we have this. It more depends on our own ecosystem, on our own needs. So image works with the Ohalo data X-ray, we know that it works. What works well with what kind of use cases you have, with what kind of image recognition, on what kind of data you need. So that depends on
Mhm.
what's the correct tool for it. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question. How would you convince client to use Calibra in their company? What are biggest benefits in your opinion? And maybe you also have some features you have fun with.
Yeah, sure. So how would I convince? I think when we use it we can see what are the benefits. So I would say that you are getting the enterprise wide governance platform. On top of it, it has the capabilities to excel in all the areas which needs the immediate attention in today's world, whether it is collating your AI use cases, your AI models, having a check on them from what they are using, what kind of training data we are feeding into it, um, from the point of compliance, and in the world of regulatory different regulations we have. So to make sure that your enterprise is on top of it, you should go with the Colibra. And that is, I think, the biggest benefit. Like
Mhm.
these days every enterprise, whether it's healthcare, it's financial services, or any other, you are using AI to develop, to produce the data. You are also using AI to consume it, right? We are using AI everywhere, but a check is needed. The responsible AI is the first point all should start with, and that's where I think Colibra can help us.
Yeah, great. And the next question also about Calibra. Is Calibra a popular tool today? Could you suggest some courses about Calibra?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So if you, I would say, just look out for Colibra. We can also share some links in the end, and in fact in my reference link you'll find. So you can go through the marketplace, you can sign up in the catalog university they have. So yeah, And
Mhm.
I do feel it's a popular tool. I am working with it, and I'm really seeing it improving, excelling in many things, and then also grabbing the new features. So I think it is.
Yeah, great. And I think the last question for you today, where can I see a practical demonstration for the AI workflow to better understand its capabilities, maybe some sample data?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So the practical demonstration is, I think we have in terms of the Colibra demo only, which was released, I think in the last quarter. Like last year it was released in Q3 or Q4. So definitely that gives you a quick demo on what it will look like, but as I told, that it is yet to be generally available. But if you really have the direct use case, you can also connect with the Colibra support team. They will contact you and they can then demo it to you. At least that's what we do. Yeah.
Okay, great. And that concludes this session. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you
And
all.
yes, please leave your feedback using the link in the description. And you can also give the speaker a thank you page, rate this talk, and
Sure.
also download this presentation from the talk page. Thank you, Shreta, for this great talk, and see you at our next sessions.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
everyone, for being there. Bye bye.
Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day.